Welcome to Exposed Affair. Please subscribe my channel for interesting affairs. Divorce court isn't where I thought we'd end up. Rachel and I had been married for 9 years. 9 years of building a life, buying a house, raising a son, and pretending that forever still meant something. But over the past 2 years, the warmth in our relationship had turned into a cold war. Silent dinners, fake smiles, and tension so thick it choked the air. When she finally told me she wanted out, I didn't fight it. Not because I didn't care, but because I knew she'd already left, emotionally, mentally, and maybe even physically. What surprised me wasn't the divorce. It was how viciously she came after me once the papers were filed. She wanted full custody of our son, the house, alimony, child support, and to top it off, she accused me of being emotionally abusive. And that's when I knew. This wasn't just about separation. This was war. Her lawyer, Martin Creed, was known for being a courtroom shark. Sharp suits, sharper tongue, and a reputation for tearing down anyone who got in his client's way. I watched him spin narratives with ease, painting me as a controlling, unstable man. He waved around emails taken out of context, text messages twisted to sound toxic, and used my own silence as a weapon against me. Rachel sat beside him in court, dabbing fake tears with tissues while stealing glances at me like she was a victim. But I had something they didn't know. A recording. See, a few months before Rachel filed, I had a hunch something was off. Her late-night secretive texts, sudden mood swings. They didn't feel like symptoms of marital drift. They felt calculated. So I did what I thought I'd never have to do. I bought a voice-activated recorder and slipped it under the couch in our living room. I didn't want dirt. I just wanted clarity. What I got was a confession. It was a Tuesday night. Rachel had a friend over, Miranda, her best friend since college. They poured wine, gossiped, and somewhere around their second glass, Rachel began to talk. Really talk. He has no idea, she said with a smug chuckle. Once I get full custody in the house, he's out. Done. I already told Martin I want everything. Why not? He's too soft to fight back. Miranda laughed nervously. What about the abuse stuff? Rachel shrugged. It's not like he hit me. But who's going to care about the details? I cry. He denies, and boom, credibility lost. Martin said the court almost always sides with the mother. We just have to paint the right picture. Silence. Then she added something that would haunt me. He still thinks I loved him. Poor guy. I didn't want to believe it when I first heard it. I replayed it a dozen times that night, not just to confirm it was real, but to process the betrayal. I had loved her, flaws and all, and she was orchestrating my destruction like it was a game of chess. Weeks passed. The case intensified. I kept the recording to myself. My lawyer, Elena Navarro, told me to hold it until the moment mattered most, when the judge asked for evidence beyond hearsay. That moment came on a gray Thursday morning. Judge Helen Maddox leaned forward, fingers steepled, eyes sharp. Mr. Quinn, do you have any substantial evidence to counter these accusations? I glanced at Elena. She gave a barely perceptible nod. Yes, Your Honor, I said. I have a recording, dated March 14th. It was captured in my home. I believe it directly contradicts my wife's statements. Creed scoffed. Objection! Privacy violation. But the judge waved it off. He says it was in his home. I'll allow it, pending review. We connected the flash drive to the court's audio system. The room fell silent as Rachel's voice filled the air. By the time she got to the line about cry, deny, and credibility lost, her lawyer's jaw had gone tight. When it ended, the courtroom felt like a graveyard. Rachel sat frozen, pale and visibly shaking. The judge didn't speak for a long time. Then she looked at Martin Creed. Do you wish to confer with your client? Creed stood, adjusted his tie, and said, No, Your Honor. In fact, I withdraw from representation. What? Rachel gasped, grabbing his sleeve. You said, I said what I needed to when I believed your story, Creed replied, stepping away. The judge banged her gavel. Court will reconvene tomorrow morning. I suggest everyone come prepared. The next day, Rachel arrived with a public defender. Her expression was hollow. She didn't look at me once. The judge ruled that the abuse allegations were unsubstantiated and manipulative. Not only did I retain shared custody, but the judge granted me primary residence for our son, pending family counseling. The financial demands were slashed to nearly nothing, and Rachel's credibility in the eyes of the court was shattered. As we walked out of the courtroom, Elena whispered, "That was nuclear. She'll never recover from that tape." A week later, I sat in our nearly empty house, half mine now legally, with my son asleep upstairs and peace of the air for the first time in months. Rachel had tried to call, apologize. She even sent a long email trying to explain it all away. Stress, fear, bad advice, whine. But there are some things you don't come back from. Some lies don't get second chances. I didn't respond. I didn't need to. The truth had done what I couldn't. It spoke for me. And when the judge asked for evidence, it wasn't my voice that saved me. It was hers. Months passed. Rachel moved out of town. I heard through mutual friends that she was staying with her sister, trying to start over. Her reputation, at least among our circles, had taken a major hit. People whispered about the courtroom recording. Some sided with her, clinging to sympathy. Others quietly distanced themselves. But I didn't care. I wasn't living for their approval anymore. My focus was on Ethan, our son, the way he laughed again, the way he stopped flinching when the door slammed or when voices got loud. We had peace now, and for a long time, that had felt impossible. One night, as I tucked Ethan into bed, he asked, "Dad, are you happy now?" I paused, not because I didn't know the answer, but because I had been asked that in so long. "Yeah, buddy," I said softly. "I think I finally am." Downstairs, the living room was quiet. The old couch, the one where the recorder had captured Rachel's betrayal, was gone. I replaced it with something new, something that didn't carry memories like scars. I poured myself a glass of wine, not to forget, but to honor the survival. Because sometimes justice doesn't come with parades or applause. Sometimes it comes in the quiet victory of being believed and the freedom of finally walking away clean. The judge asked for evidence. And the truth? It answered louder than anything I could have said.